Welcome to the mysterious world of Tiny Echo, developed by Might and Delight, a game which is best described as a indie point-and-click adventure game, and it was fully released a mere 5 days ago. I picked this up in the latest Humble monthly bundle, and it caught my attention first and foremost, despite the rest of the contents of the bundle this month. There are some great titles this month, and it's definitely worth checking out. Let's take a quick look at the game's options. Seems like all resolutions are supported, all the way to an insane 5120 by 2880 in my case. Full screen mode is either yes or no. Sadly, no option here for borderless windowed mode. Then basic sound and music dials. I don't know about you guys, but I prefer sliders. It's just a personal preference of mine. Graphic settings are pretty basic. Basically, you pick between low, medium, and high, and I don't think there's really a reason not to play this on the highest setting. Then the AA settings. Again, low, medium, and high. Pick as you see fit. No real reason to play below high settings unless you are playing games on a toaster. So, jumping into the game, it's a simple case of point and click adventure. The keyboard you will only ever use to hit the escape button, which opens up the options menu. The controls are simple and they don't need to be complicated at all for this game. It's a very casual and laid back experience. The setting for the game is you play as a little walking eyeball guy, who is actually the postal worker for this beautifully crafted world. You'll bump into some very weird and yet wonderful residents as you wander around the zones to interact with NPCs and solve charming little puzzles. Overall, the gameplay itself can be a bit slow paced at times. Your character simply walks about everywhere, and not once can I remember seeing it move any faster than that. While the game is pretty much a straightforward one, solving easy puzzles and clicking anything that indeed does look clickable, the music and graphical style are both excellently done. The music is very fitting into this mysterious world, and I love the graphical style. The drawbacks sadly come in when you take into account the lifespan and replayability of the game. I rarely get to finish any games these days, constantly hopping between otherwise great titles to bring them to some attention. This one I actually have finished. I even 100%ed it on Steam, and trust me, that rarely happens for me. I have 3 completely finished games, this being one of them. Sadly, due to the nature of how the game plays, the replayability once you hit that 100% mark, and trust me, it's not too difficult to do, there's no real need to come back to the game. Once it's finished, it really is finished. There's no real challenges to endure or to grind out here. Just like Abzu, I consider this game to hold up due to its amazing art style and musical score, which I will always stand behind and say that they are really, really fantastic. Something else I found to be greatly done about this title was the way it told its story without ever speaking a single word and never having to read any dialogue. It certainly has its own wonderful little charm there. Right now, this game is going for £6.25 on Steam. It's about 2 hours long if you do take your time. I would guess even less to people who are veterans to this type of gameplay. With that price tag in mind and the fact it's a really short game, I still enjoyed the entire thing. It was overly immersive. I'm not known to praise click and adventure games. In fact, the last time I played one, I got so irate after 30 minutes of it, I simply uninstalled it and never came back to it. It's not the case with Tiny Echo. It's worth that tiny price tag. If you love point and click games, then you will fall in love with this one. I am quite certain of it. Links to the dev's website is going down there into the description, along with a couple of links to purchase the game if you would like to grab it. Honestly, you should, and support the devs for this wonderful work of art. Thanks for watching. Until next time.